updating capitalism means updating democracy. So it's interesting just watching the presidential debates. Everyone's talking about how can we keep capitalism, but free markets, but restructure it so that it's fair, we don't have as much income inequality. People use different terminology, but even democratic socialists like Bernie Sanders, who wants to redistribute a lot of wealth, I don't believe they advocate totally getting rid of capitalism. They just believe in reworking it. And reworking capitalism really implies reworking democracy, because capitalism is the foundation of a democratic system. And I know some people have called for a whole constitutional convention, a new one. I'm not sure that this country is ready to do that, because that's kind of a mind-blowing exercise. I mean, I would definitely participate or support that if it seemed like a lot of people wanted to do it and had a good idea about how to accomplish it successfully. But what happens is that in the law of accelerating returns, there's so much change so fast that fundamental structures get disrupted. Like when you have smaller amounts of change, you have disruption on a local level, like maybe within a town or a village or a small industry. But when you have massive globalization and massive, soon we're going to be out among the stars, and there's a lot of space exploration, space resources, work that's being done, then the amount of paradigm shift and the size of the institutions that are affected by it is much greater. So now people are starting to question, nation states and global economies, global institutions like the United Nations, the World Bank. All of this is becoming, much more fodder for conversation. The ideas, I think, are bigger because the problems are bigger. It's kind of interesting that way that, more people are talking about fundamental changes because we're undergoing fundamental changes as a society, as a species, and all of that. And, it's interesting that a lot of the politicians, at least running this time, are older. I wonder if, there's some reason to that as things become more complex, it almost takes a lifetime of experience to digest it all. I mean, there's a lot of younger candidates also, but think about it. Our president is over 70. Bernie Sanders is, I believe, 78. And Joe Biden is 76. Elizabeth Warren is 70. Other candidates that have been suggested might come back in, Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, John Kerry, I believe they're all over 70. So it's an interesting time in terms of the two-sided coin of challenge and opportunity, because with the law of accelerating returns, we live in an unprecedented time of change, which means that we have unprecedented ability for chaos, but we also have unprecedented time for opportunity. Like Warren Buffett's famous saying that, be greedy when others are fearful and fearful when others are greedy. This is a time when there's so much dislocation, not only financial crises, one after the other, but, industries being disrupted by innovative technologies, first the internet, and then smartphones, and now blockchain and VR and artificial intelligence, and augmented reality. So these are some of the forces at work.